Hi guys, I just wanted to start off by saying thank you so much for following this page. My name is Gibson and I'm the owner and founder of the Personal Development School. And in this series, I'm going to just give you a bunch of tips and tools for anxiety. So stay tuned because every other day we're going to be posting some really incredible tips. So for today, one of the first things that I want you to note about anxiety is that if you don't have context for what anxiety is and what the causes of it are, then you're just going to feel helpless. And I like to think of the analogy of like a monster under the bed. You can imagine as a child that there's this monster under the bed and it can be really scary and terrifying. But when you actually look and you see that nothing's there, that illusory thing starts to go away. And this is exactly what's happening inside your mind. So anxiety is literally the buildup of unresolved problems in your subconscious. And your brain is designed to complete life experiences. It's designed to see things all the way through because your brain doesn't do well seeing any stored inconveniences. It basically sees any stored inconveniences as an impediment to survival. And your subconscious mind is very survival oriented. It's not concerned about your emotional happiness and your thriving. It is very concerned with whether you are surviving or not. So when you notice little problems throughout the day, let's say small things like being late to work and then wondering what your boss thought about you and if people said anything negative about you, or falling behind on schoolwork or work in general in your career, not spending enough time with your kids, when there are all these little problems that you notice and then you don't take a moment to actually provide a strategy or a solution, you can think of every single one of those things creating emotional residue. They just basically drift into your subconscious mind with a little bit of emotional negativity attached. And what anxiety is actually there trying to do is bring those unresolved problems to the surface of your conscious mind so that they can finally be resolved and processed, so that you can create strategies and you're not just sitting there feeling like there's this buildup of problems happening in the background. And every single thought that passes through your subconscious mind that isn't brought to the conscious surface and really fully seen, your subconscious mind is basically believing and emotionally responding to as if it's an absolute truth. So let's say, for example, you have this passing thought about how you're not a good enough parent because you haven't spent enough time with your kids this week. Even if you know at a conscious level that that's not true, that you actually are a very good parent, but maybe you're just behind and lots of things are going on, even if you know better, if you didn't surface that thought to the conscious level, your subconscious mind emotionally responded to as if it's 100% valid. And now you are living in this reality where you feel like you are actually a bad parent, at least at the subconscious level. And that's going to create this emotional residue. And that can be one of 60, 70, 80 little tiny things we pick up on throughout the day that if we don't resolve, just piles up in the subconscious, and anxiety is there to push it up so you can start solving problems and completing your life experiences. So stay tuned because in the next video, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about just how to do this.